Pist 2. And joining me is Rev G, who was not here together with us last Monday.
Yes,
but has been able to join us today. Yeah.
I missed you guys. I missed the show and I'm happy to be back. Yes, I am all set for this evening.
Great.
Looking forward to a great show. Yes.
How have you been?
I've been well. Yes, I've been looking around and seeing how things are happening in our nation.
Yeah.
Trying to follow up a bit of politics here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm well.
Great.
Yes.
We thank God. We thank God. Today we are looking at financial crisis and men in financial crisis. And last Monday we had a great show. We talked about quite a number of things. And we looked at how a man can ensure that they don't plunge into financial crisis. We had the financial analyst, Simon K., talking to us about relationships that we should have. You know, a bank, a circle, a place where you can go and get financial help. We also talked about planning and how we should be able to anticipate our future using the uncertainty of today to plan for the uncertainty of tomorrow, taking care of the education of our children, taking care and ensuring that there is food on the table, there's a roof above the head of your family, and that the health of your family is taken care of. But these are some of the things that we do to ensure that we don't plunge into a financial crisis. But now that we already may have already gone into a financial crisis, and I know many of us men are in a financial crisis now. So many of us are in debt. So many of us are struggling to place food on the table. So many of us have this headache of how will I do this? How will I do that? How will I do that? Yeah. And today we want to now look at this man deep at the middle of this financial crisis. And we'll be asking ourselves several questions. One of them is, what are the do's? What are the don'ts? And maybe we can start with the don'ts, Rev G.
Yes.
And ask ourselves, but maybe because you are not here last Monday, maybe I should get your confirmation whether is the man actually in a financial crisis as we talk.
I will be very honest with you. Man is in a lot of financial crisis. Not just here in Kenya.
Yeah.
It is worldwide. And partly because of what is happening between Russia and Ukraine and all that.
Yeah.
And I have been talking to people who are even outside this country.
Yes.
Some of my friends in the US, some of them in the UK, some in Germany. And they are telling me the same story that we are hearing here.
Is the same there?
It is the same story there.
I thought it's in Kenya.
No, it is all over.
Prices skyrocketing.
Prices have gone higher. I understand there they say gas has never been this expensive.
They call it gas. Yeah,
they call it gas.
And jobs are being lost.
Yeah, people are losing jobs.
Income is going down.
Yes. And pastors are closing down churches.
Even churches are in financial crisis.
I tell you the truth. Wow. You see, if you're a pastor, you're pastoring people that are working. And these people, they bring the resources to the church from their place of work.
So if they don't have work,
if they don't have work to do,
there's nothing to bring.
Exactly. So the church is also in the financial crisis.
Because even the church has financial things that they have to take care of.
We have obligations.
Yes, we don't rely on faith.
Exactly.
We don't pay,
electricity has
we don't buy tokens with tongues.
Yes. So man is actually in a lot of crisis.
Wow.
And I will be very candid to say that something drastic must be done. They say,
who will do this?
It is the man himself.
Oh, the man, okay.
They say that desperate times call for desperate actions.
Yes.
Those desperate measures, we must put them
them.
Yes.
But before we get to the desperate measures, what are some of the things that a man must never do? You know, Simon K. last time used a phrase and he said, if you find yourself in a pit, you don't continue digging
it deeper.
So what are some of these don'ts that a man must not do if he finds himself in a financial crisis?
Allow me to start from a psychological point of view.
Yes.
That if you find yourself you're in crisis, just like Simon K. says, don't allow yourself to sink deeper. And that means you must not allow your mind to go into depression.
Oh.
Because men are going through depression today.
So depression is you allowing your mind to go into it. There is a way to say no.
There's a way you can say no to it.
Okay, how do you do that?
You got to be in charge of your emotions.
Be in charge of your emotions.
Yes.
Okay.
So that you don't let your emotions drive you to a point where you feel that now you're helpless, that now you cannot be salvaged, that you cannot do anything about it, because the moment you get to a state of hopelessness, the next thing that will start happening, you will start sinking into emotional turmoil. So
you'll get into depression.
You will get into depression.
Wow.
And so many men have gotten into
They have gone into depression.
Yes.
But there's a way to arrest it.
There's a way you can arrest it by not allowing your mind to sink further into that state of hopelessness.
Okay.
Because depression creeps in when you get to a point and there is nothing you can do about the situation.
Yeah.
The emotions now take over.
Okay.
And they are like the ones that are driving you wherever they toss.
So you surrender to fate.
Yes.
And you get to a point where you feel there's nothing that I can do.
There's nothing I can do.
But this is stressing me as I see my children lacking school fees and food.
You're there watching them and you're doing nothing about it.
And you don't feel like you feel helpless.
You actually become helpless.
You drift into depression.
Exactly.
So be in charge of your emotions.
Be in charge of your emotions.
Okay.
So that you do not allow the financial crisis that you're going through sink so deep. It is good to be conscious that it is happening.
So you must accept
that
it is there.
Because
again, there are those who would go into denial.
No, you cannot be an escapist.
You cannot switch the denial mode.
No. You must accept that it is there.
Yes.
But the point here is, don't let the situation take charge over your life.
Okay.
I need every man to know that there is always something you can do about your current situation.
That is strong.
Yes,
that is strong.
Always something that
I've met very many people who feel that they have reached the end.
No.
So you are saying, as long as I have breath, as long as I wake up this morning, there is always something you can do about your situation.
They say it is never over until it is over.
Okay.
It is never over until it's over.
So if I rise up in the morning, it's not over.
As long as you have the breath of life,
it's not over.
There is always something that can be done.
Wow.
And so do not allow yourself to sink emotionally.
Yeah.
Because look at yourself as a man.
Yes.
You have a wife that is looking up to you.
Yes.
You have children that are looking up to you.
True.
You have the extended family looking
up to you. Even the community.
The community is looking up to you. If you're a pastor like you are, the church is looking up to you.
Yes.
So if you allow yourself to sink, how many other people are going to sink together with you?
And some of these men have businesses where there are staff looking up to them.
Exactly.
And of course, even if it's in the house, even your house help is looking up to you. And that's house help as a child at home.
At home.
They are all
chain is very long.
So you can't give up.
You can never give up. One of the things that, I always enjoy men when I'm talking to them.
Yes.
I tell men that they have 7 lives like a cat. Before a man dies, he has to die 7 times.
7 times. Okay.
That's what used to be told about a cat in the village.
Yeah.
Because people used to say that they took a cat, put it in a sack, beat it, thought it was dead, left it, and the next morning
they found
the cat has come back to the house.
Yeah.
So men should be like that.
They must never give up.
We don't give up in this
There is
life.
always something you can do about your situation.
Yes.
And you are in charge. You can be in charge of your emotions.
You can be in charge of your emotions.
Yeah, I think that is strong because so you can never say I'm not waking up today. You can't ask your family this question. What do you want me to do? You can't answer that question.
No, that is being irresponsible.
I know there's a man who asked that question. Yes, I know there's a man who asked that question somewhere.
It's being irresponsible.
It's being irresponsible.
Yeah. If you have nothing you can do, if you don't want us to ask you what to do as a man, so why do you have us under your roof?
Wow.
I mean, why do you marry a girl and you don't want her to ask you what to do?
So you must take responsibility.
You must be man.
And you must answer questions.
Yes.
If there's no food in the house,
it is you that is answerable.
You
must man up enough to bring food on the table through all means, as long as they are legit means. And there is always something legit that you can do. Yes.
So number 1, don't drift into depression.
Yes.
Be in charge. Don't go down the pit.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2.
Yes.
If you're finding yourself you are in debt,
yes,
please don't borrow anymore.
So borrowing anymore is not part of this. There's always something that you can do.
There is something else you can do other than borrowing.
So
because borrowing more is doing what Simon K says is digging the pit deeper.
It's going deeper.
Yes.
So if you're in debt, don't borrow
anymore. Avoid borrowing as much as you can unless it is life and death.
Don't borrow
If there is something you can do other than borrowing,
yes,
do it.
Okay.
And we will possibly later on look at what else you can do. But I needed to say, don't get yourself into further debt.
Yes.
Because you are actually putting yourself in more crisis. The more you borrow, the more you become emotionally affected.
Yes.
The more you feel you're becoming ineffective as a man. The more you feel like you're becoming helpless.
So again,
the
it
more
will take
you
back
will
to the depression.
Yes. So avoid borrowing as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay. I know later
if there's a man listening to us, and they're already feeling that the debt is becoming a burden.
Yes.
And especially I said you should never borrow for recurrent expenditure, for your food, for your rent.
Yes, those are things you don't borrow about.
Don't borrow anymore.
Don't borrow anymore.
Okay.
You learn to live within your means. We will say that later on.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
As you take care of what you have, don't do impulse buying.
Impulse is unplanned and unnecessary purchases.
Exactly. That you walk into the shop and you find that this is a nice shoe.
Yes.
And because I am a pastor and pastors are known to wear sharpshooters and they must show off, then I have to buy another shoe.
Don't do it.
Please don't do impulse buying. Anything that you've not planned to buy.
Yes.
However enticing it is. However beautiful it looks, don't do it.
You know, there's somebody who said something.
Yes.
And I thought it was something because sometimes we demean, we look down at things.
Yes.
You know, you are calling me, and you hear a nice ring. It's called ringback tone.
Yes.
And then it tells you to get this ringback tone, dial 11 at 1 shillings 50 cents every day. And this person told us that 1 shillings and 50 cents is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Let me tell you.
In a month, it's a packet of milk. The packet of milk that you're struggling with in the house.
And you know what?
But you have 3 ringback tones on your phone.
You're talking about 3. There are guys that have like 7, 8, 9, 10.
Unampigia inakwambia Lord's prayer. Unampigia ingine inakwambia Matthew what? Unampigia tena kuna zingine zinaleta SMS nimeona siku hizi.
Exactly.
When you call somebody,
they bring you and they want to entice you to
it's a Bible verse.
Yes.
What they don't know is that we never read these Bible verses.
We don't read them.
So they are useless.
I'm sorry to tell all the people that keep forwarding to me Bible verses. I don't read them.
Like, you know, like you've seen, you call somebody and they are charged an SMS rate to send you a Bible verse that I will not read because it even appears on my screen. And then the moment
delete it. And that is it.
And there's 1 shillings and 50 cents. So if you have 4,
no, let's say you have 5
of them,
1 shilling and 50 cents
times 5.
Yes, that is 7.5
and 50 cents
in a day. So multiply that with 30 days in a month.
Oui.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
That is over 200
shillings.
And 10.
Almost 250.
Almost 250 shillings. And that is what you're struggling to
So in an year, you are talking of over 2,000 shillings.
And this guy is a Mjengo boy.
Some of them 2,000 is their rent.
Exactly. So look at him. Ameshinda kibarua. He has made 500 shillings.
Yes.
Out of it, amechukua 7 shillings and 50 cents. Amepatia Safaricom.
Na hata yeye hasikizagi hizo.
I have nothing against Safaricom.
Hata yeye hasikiagi hizo tones.
Azisikiagi?
Watu wale wanasikia.
They don't that.
Mimi nikikupigia hata ikisema du, I'm okay.
Let me tell you, my phone will never have that ringtone. It will never have. So even if I have too much money to spend,
it's impulse buying. Doesn't matter how nice the song is, please don't dial the 11.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
You don't need a ringback tone for your friends to answer your call.
Yeah.
So
motorbikes have also brought impulse buying. You know, my home is just a kilometer from the road.
And I can't walk.
And in the village, I was walking 6 kilometers.
6 kilometers to go to school.
I want to take a bike 50 shillings.
Yes.
And we have no problem with border borders. They also need money at their home.
I know they need money.
but it should not be at your expense.
It should not be to a point where it is actually inconveniencing you further. If you're able to do it, well and good, go ahead. If you do not have the means, don't incur expenditure that is not necessary.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
You don't have to use, to use your money to go to the barber shop.
Yes.
Every 2 days, like you used to go. I mean, you can stay 2 weeks without going to the barber shop.
The hair won't bite you.
It won't bite you. If it grows a little longer,
that's okay.
We understand you're going through a crisis.
Again, you can even change the baba. You don't have to go to the 500 shillings baba you used to go
there are 50 guys that charge 50 shillings.
Enda upakwe dimu.
Enda, exactly.
Na hauta fura.
Hawezi fula. That is the truth.
Yes.
So we need men to realize.
Na sio lazima ufinywe.
Pana.
Unaweza pakwa dimu na uende nyumbani.
Hata unaweza kosa kuoshwa uende ukajioshe kwa nyumba.
By the way.
Yes. Those are the things that you need to do. Those that dye their hair like me.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I've now disclosed that I dye my hair.
Do. And then I've been praying for grey hair. Yani,
oh my goodness, come and take all my grey hair. I'll give it to you free.
I wish I can get it, the whole of this and the whole of this.
I would give it to you gladly.
I wish it would be white, the whole of it. You know, I would grow it and then turn it back this way.
Okay.
And then
may God answer your prayers today.
He's answering. I can see this prayers.
Oh yes, he started answering. You know, but you're the kind of a guy that dyes your hair. Why should you go to the salonist and they charge you 400 shillings to dye your hair while you can buy that, and you know that sachet of the dye it costs 20 shillings if you buy it at wholesale. You don't know because you don't dye.
I don't know.
I know because I dye mine.
I really don't want to.
Okay. I will tell you, it costs 20 shillings.
Yes.
When you buy as a whole packet.
Yes.
That packet for 20 shillings.
Yes.
It is what your salonist will charge you 400 shillings or 500 shillings to dye your hair.
Now, ukienda nyumbani, Ruth will do it.
My wife does.
She's watching.
I hope she's watching.
She's actually saying, loving the discussion, guys. You are so real.
Yes.
I love the bit of being in charge of your emotions. Yeah, and even that's Stephen Muriithi is saying there is always something you can do.
There's always something you can do.
Yes.
Ruth will tell you, she has dyed my hair enough times.
So stop going.
Why do you go to the salon?
Stop incurring unnecessary expenditure.
Costs that will leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere, looking for rent, looking for food, yet you went to buy things that you did not have to buy.
Wow, that's deep.
It is very, very important that men realize that there is nothing wrong with avoiding some of these things. I call them luxury.
Including mutura on the road.
Avoid luxury. Why do you have to eat mutura?
And
to be very honest. Yeah?
And mahidi choma.
Why? For what?
Yeah,
for what? When you can go home and eat you know, healthy food. Because as much as I respect the people that do mutura and mahindi, if it is not within your means, why don't you just persevere? Enda nyumbani.
So,
and when you get to that mutura guy, don't look at him. If you're so addicted to it, because I hear that thing is addictive.
Or you can change the route.
Yes, or change the route. So that you do not see it and get tempted. Go to your house. Kama mke wako amekupigia ugali na sukuma wiki, go and eat that.
And you know it's healthy. You don't need to eat meat.
Yes, you don't have to eat.
You don't have to eat meat.
That's what I'm calling luxury.
Ugali and sukuma wiki is enough.
Avoid luxury, my brother.
And it is healthy.
Otherwise, tutakuchukua madhare.
Okay.
If you don't take care of
avoid impulse buying.
Yes.
Na huyu jamaa creative Kelvin nilikuwa nikule mutura, achana nayo. Achana nayo.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
If it is going to drown you into more crisis, achana nayo.
And you know, sometimes we like I was saying, we look down at the impact of little things. 1 shilling here, 10 shillings there, 20 shillings there. But that is what takes away the money.
That is what eats the money. And that is what actually helps you to save if you are careful about that. If you look at mutura for 10 shillings, let's say umenunua mutura ya 10 bob. Ukapita pale pengine ukanunua mahindi, inauza pesa ngapi? Let's assume at 10 bob.
Yes, another 10.
Okay? So that is 20 shillings.
Yes.
If you do that twice in a week, that is 40 shillings in a week.
Yes.
40 shillings in a week, in 1 month, it is 160.
Yeah.
Haya, ulikuwa na ile 275
fuliza. Ringback tone.
Ya ringback tone.
Yes.
Umeongezea hapo, okay?
Hiyo ni karibu 500 sasa.
Ukaingia kwa bus ya Githurai kutoka town.
Yes.
Mjamaa wa Peremedi akakuja. Na tropical. Yes. Anasema 5 shilingi 10.
Tunakuwa 5 shilingi 10.
Ukanunua 5. Okay? You do that once a week.
Yeah.
That is 10 shillings in a week. In a month, it is 40 shillings.
Yes.
You know, add to the amount that you have done that.
You are at 500 shillings.
You are going to waste so much money.
Yeah.
That, my brother, it will be so hard to recover.
But these are deep truths. They may look simplistic, but they are very deep truths.
Life is made up of simple things.
Yes, very deep truths.
That people need to understand that they don't have to. These things called the mobile phone.
Yes.
Internet.
Again.
How much are people spending on internet?
I mean, ananunua tu ya 5 bob every day.
Watu hata wanafuliza. Imagine, unafuliza ununue internet.
Data.
Ununue data.
Kuwatch status za watu wakifanya nini yao.
Exactly. Just because I posted a status. Na mimi hata sisomagi yako by the way. Yeah? Unashinda ukisoma yangu na mimi sisomagi yako.
Na hizo status hakuna vitu za maana wanawekaga.
So, by the end of the day, who is taking advantage of the other?
Yeah.
That you must go through your WhatsApp nini every day checking who
you're making people feel guilty.
You know, and you know today I posted one about people living in Kemende.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you saw it.
Oh, ile jamaa anakaa nini?
Yes, that wame nabebwa na duthi because it is so cold.
Anakaa mistake.
Ice.
I saw it.
You know?
But now you spend your 5 shillings for the
bundles.
For
to
that.
buy data.
Yeah.
To watch people's status and to check what I have posted on Facebook.
Yes.
My friend. It is not right. You're not fair to yourself.
And you know the other thing that I have seen causing impulse buying?
Yes.
I used to do it many years ago. Must have been around 99, 98 there.
Yes.
It's something I call having the book at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I had a book at the shop.
Book at the shop.
And a book at the butchery.
Yes.
And I would just go pick things. And then I'll come pay at the end of the month.
Okay. Yes.
And sometimes I would be surprised by the bill.
By
but
how
I have
much
to
you
pay.
pay.
That one day, there are those sweets that they used to call KSL. Those years.
Yes.
I don't know whether they are still there.
Yes.
And I would go and pick 3, anaandika kwa kitabu. Pick, anaandika kwa kitabu. Nahitaji mkate, anaandika kwa kitabu. You pick even unnecessary things.
Exactly.
Napitia kwa butchery. You know, there is pain in removing money from the pocket.
To pay, yes.
Today I was talking to a man,
yes.
And he was telling me that if he is paying by M-Pesa or the card, he doesn't feel much pain like when he is getting it from the pocket.
That is the truth. It is very true.
So sometimes stop carrying those cards.
And you know, that is why many people are enticed and hooked up to debit cards. Credit cards. Eh?
Yes.
Yes, credit cards.
I have one.
Sorry, people who are doing this.
I have a credit card in my pocket.
Okay, well and good. Me, I returned mine. I realized what I was doing with it. But if you're able to use it well, it is a very good asset. But
it is good, but
the point here is
use well. Unakuwa surprised every month.
No. Let's not get into fine details of that. But it is so easy to pay for something using a credit card.
I agree.
Than to remove money, cash money from the pocket. Yani unaangalia hivi unaona hii ni Kenyatta moja na peana.
I can confess to you, I have bought books on Amazon that I have never read.
Aha. Look at that.
They're still on my iPad 2-3 years later.
Why did you buy them? Because you paid for them
I saw them, they looked good. I just clicked buy because my credit card details were there.
Exactly.
I've never read them.
Did you need those books, honestly?
I've not read them.
You did not need them. If you have bought a book,
I never needed them.
If you have bought a book and you have stayed a whole year without reading it, my friend, you did not need that.
You know, because I'm addicted to books. That's
I know.
Buying again.
I know you buy.
I have a huge library.
Let me get into your personal
read.
life a bit. Now that I know you.
Yes.
Why do you have to buy a Bible every time you see a good Bible?
Now that's my hobby. No, don't attack my hobby.
Please tell us. Why?
No, I know. Bibles I'll keep buying.
Because audience, Pastor Warui will buy anything.
I have so many. Even in my car right now, I think I have like 3 or 4. I buy them. I buy Bibles.
In the times of crisis.
It's a hobby. Oh, in times of crisis, I should not buy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay?
Yeah,
you can do that when you have the luxury of having enough money. But not times like this one.
Okay.
When you are going through crisis,
please
stop. Don't buy that which you don't need.
That is the important thing.
Yes.
So including for your children. You know, not everything they ask for they need.
Let me tell you,
or even your wife.
We were discussing something with some guys that we are with in a chama. You know, I've said it here before, I belong to some chama.
Yeah, we all do. And it's always a good thing.
It is always a good thing.
Yes.
And we were discussing and we were saying, we have to make sure we have paid our requirements for the chama.
Yes.
Faithfully.
Yes.
Even if it means denying our children some of those outings to KFC. Na unajua KFC wamekuwa jaja sana. They are coming near home every time.
Why are you?
Wanaenda wakikaribia hivi.
Why are you touching?
You know? Yeah, that is where men are.
But I'm taking my daughter back to school. The way to make her feel good is passed by KFC.
There is nothing wrong with doing that, provided your means allow you to do it. But when you realize that your means is beginning to get narrower, stop it.
Stop being tempted by the billboards.
Your daughter cannot die for not eating that crunchy chicken.
Now you have, you know, You know, they always have a way of,
yes.
Even supermarkets have a way of tricking you.
Yes, they do. Even me, they do that quite often.
They tell you one thing is 200 shillings.
Yes.
But you can buy 2 at 300
shillings.
But the fact is that you never needed 2 of them.
The second one. Exactly.
But you feel like you want to, like today. Today my wife sent me to buy her sweetened lala.
Yes.
She's very good in making pancakes, and you know, sweetened lala is one of the ingredients.
I have never heard of that.
There was.
So Ruth, I hope you have heard. There's something called sweetened lala. Okay, so, let's go.
So there is the small kachupa that was costing 90 shillings. I think it's 500 milliliter. Yes. 500. Then the 1,000, that's 1 liter, was costing. So this was 90.
90 shillings.
And I think this was 170. So I started reasoning. I'm saving 10 shillings here. But actually, I didn't save.
You did not save because
I did not require the extra.
You did not require a whole half a liter. Now you have bought it, so and
that is
kept
wastage.
It. In fact, when we are on that point, I will tell you, you only buy that which you need at that moment. In times of crisis,
even if you pay more for the 1 liter, if you don't need 2 liters,
I don't know what you say that in English.
Stop sleeping, man.
You know, if you need only half a liter, please don't buy 1 liter.
And you know, these wholesale people, they push us there.
You see, they take advantage of you because they know that if they sell to you, like you were saying, half a liter is something. One item they are selling at 200.
Yes.
So they tell you they will
sell 2 to you at 300
shillings. The truth on the ground is that one item is 150 shillings. So you have not bought the second one at 100. You have bought both of them at 150. And within that 150, they have made their margin of possibly 50 shillings.
And you have lost because you never needed. And you know, this happens even in big scale. Like when me and you are, I know you are you will soon bring your book here.
Yes.
In the process of publishing, I've published 4 books.
Yes.
And I've learned that. So somebody comes and tells you that if you print 1,000 copies,
it's going to be
per
cheaper.
copy it is going to be cheaper.
Yes.
But you'll spend more money.
More money, that is the truth.
Almost maybe 100,000 more. Then you get the 1,000 copies
and keep them in the house.
Keep them in the house for 5 years.
And you have never sold them.
Whereas you would have printed 50 copies.
Yes.
Sold the 50 copies. They go the same day and you get back your money.
Exactly. You know,
we must be able these marketing gimmicks.
Yes, money has to be in circulation.
Will put men in further deeper into crisis.
Exactly. And that is why we are telling men, please don't buy that which you don't need. Wow. In times of crisis, if you only need 1 packet of unga, please buy that one.
1 packet.
Time when we used to buy a whole bale and keep in the house, it is gone now. It is gone.
Because you don't need it.
You don't need it.
And you'll keep a whole bale. Yes. So that, and when every visitor comes,
you're even tempted to give them
because it's there.
Exactly.
And because you thought you went to the wholesale and bought at a cheaper price. Yes. So don't buy that which you don't need.
Let me say one more thing before we move.
Yes.
Don't be choosy on jobs.
Wow. Don't be choosy on jobs.
Yes.
Nimekuwa nikivaa tie na koti niende kwa mjengo sasa.
Let me tell you, my brother. Even if all your clothes are suits, designer.
Yes.
Imefika crisis. Unavaa hiyo suti, unaenda kwa mjengo. If that is what is going to put food on the table.
That is one of there can always be something you can do about the situation.
Yes. There is always something you can do. Don't be so choosy that I cannot do this kind of job. I cannot become a makanga because I have a degree from the United States International University in Kenya.
Wachana na hiyo.
I don't even know. Okay.
Wachana hiyo.
Wachana na.
Naweza kufungwa.
Let me tell you, don't choose jobs just because you used to work in an office. That you now feel that because I've lost this job, I can only do another equivalent job to that. No. Even if you have a PhD and it requires you to be employed as a cook in a hotel.
Go and do it.
Go and do it. For the sake of putting food on the table and for the sake of your mind.
Hautaambiwa ni imani imepungua.
Now, what does faith has got to do?
Ati Mungu wako hayuko, sasa Mungu wako
wacha tulizane. Utasema imani imepungua. Hao watu ambao wanakuja kula kwa hiyo hoteli, wao hawana imani?
Yeah.
Si ni wao wanapikia?
Yes.
So kwa nini hawana imani? Si kama wangekuwa nakula imani basi. Muone. Yeah.
So don't choose jobs.
Don't choose jobs.
Don't choose
do
jobs.
anything that can help you recover from your crisis.
And maybe when we are still there, because I was talking to somebody the other day.
Yes.
And I realized sometimes we don't know how well our networks are.
Yes.
And how we can make good use of our networks. Because you realize that I'm in a financial crisis.
Yes.
I've lost a job. But I'm not thinking, how can I tap from Warui or any other friend that I have?
Yes.
And you will find simple things like, I need something to be done in town. But I don't have anyone to send. And you can just, pasi. Najua church sometimes kuna vitu zinaenda kuchukuliwa. Na kama wakati mwingine ukiuliza kama kuna mtu town, is there something that can be, so unapewa fare ya 100 kwenda na kurudi. Na so unapewa 500 uende ukalete hiyo kitu.
Yes.
100 to go, 100 to come back, na una save 300.
Yes.
So sometimes we can check within our networks.
That is true.
Are there things that we can do? Are there burdens that we can offload from them?
Yes.
Because I've realized there's always something that you want to do, but you are unable
to do it. And there's somebody who is able to do it,
but they're not available.
They are not available.
They're not seeking for such.
Yes. But you see now, what happens is that mostly when men are in crisis, they keep quiet. They don't want to be known that they're going through crisis.
So that one of the don'ts is that don't keep quiet.
Yes.
Speak out.
If shouting will help you.
Yes.
There's a man that was called Bartimaeus.
Yes.
I don't know why people call him blind Bartimaeus. He was blind, but was not part of his name.
Yes. After that, of course,
but everybody called him
blind Bartimaeus. Yes.
Bartimaeus, you know what happened?
Yes.
Guys were telling him, shut up. But he was in crisis.
It's an inspiration for me. Bartimaeus is an inspiration for me.
He needed to be healed. He needed to see.
And so he shouted and shouted.
He shouted the more. The more they told him keep quiet.
The more he shouted.
And that is what healed him. Now suppose he did not shout. Suppose he kept quiet when he was told to keep quiet.
You know, and someone I've got from there is that one of the things about Bartimaeus is that he knew what voice to obey and what voice not to obey.
Exactly.
When he was shouting, the guys were telling him, keep quiet, keep quiet. He shouted the more. Then after a while, the same guys told him, he is calling you. Now he obeyed them.
Exactly, that is it. And that is how we are supposed to be.
Shout.
In crisis, please shout out to somebody.
Say, I'm drowning.
Don't keep quiet.
I'm drowning. Save me.
Yes.
Talk to reliable people.
Talk to people.
Because I remember, there's a time I knew a friend who was going through a financial crisis.
Yes.
And many times I would send him to town, not because I really needed to send somebody to town, but simply because I knew one thing is that I will not give you money for free.
Yes.
You hapana.
You don't.
Sitakupea. Hata kama nitakwambia ufagia hapo kwangu.
Utafagia ndio nikupatie pesa.
Sikupatii pesa bure. Yes, you must do something.
No, something must be done.
So I'll tell this guy, go and do this for me.
Yes.
And then I'll give him 1,000.
You see? Now, suppose he keeps quiet and you don't know that he needed that money.
Or he refuses to do that.
He refuses to do that.
Because to be honest, you should not give people money for free.
No, you should not be giving people money for free.
Heri uoshe gari nione umeosha nikupatie review moja wewe ukapatia watoto chakula.
Even if it doesn't equate
to the work, but you must do something.
You have taught responsibility.
We should not give men money for free.
I agree with you.
That is destroying them.
Let people talk out their issues
and let them work.
Because you might be drowning, and I have a solution to that which you need in order to get out of your crisis.
So cry like Bartimaeus.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you for continuing engaging with us. I can see we still have quite a number of people joining us. Stephen, yes, Ruth is here at Grey. Ndio nataka. Na nasema Creative Kev, wewe kula mutura but ensure Pastor Gigi haja kuona. Leo ni ile siku mnachomambana. Thank you Creative Kev and Ruth. Stephen is saying pesa ya M-Pesa haikaagi real until your balance ikustue baadaye. Yes, so maybe getting cash. I met a guy the other day at the ATM and he told me I've come to check my balance. And I looked at him and I thought, can I share with him? I don't even know him. And then I told him, but if you have an app on your phone...
He came all the way.
He told me he lives... so he was passing, I think he was coming from around Joska. And he told me he was going to Mweki also. And there is a cooperative bank ATM at Kamulu. So he went and queued. We were now queuing.
Oh, no.
And he wanted to check what the M-Pesa balance was. So there was a guy who was really staying inside the ATM when we started... you know crisis make people talk.
Yes.
So a guy got into the ATM. So tumenyamaziana tu.
Yeah. Then
this guy took too long until we started talking to each other. Kwani ujamaa anafanya nini? Kwani kama ameshindwa siaitishe msaada. Then he told me, kwanza mimi nakuja tu kuangalia balance. Then I'm like,
how do you come to check?
Then nikamwambia, lakini ukiwa na app kwa simu akaniambia hizo vitu sitakagi.
Exactly.
Of course there's reasons. Yeah. Kuna hiyo ya impulse buying, but pia anaogopa ati mikora ikimshika itatumia hiyo kitu kunini.
Mikora akitaka kukuibia atakuibia hata ukiwa kwa ATM machine.
So sio hiyo app.
Let me tell men.
Yes.
Honestly, with all due respect.
Yeah.
When banks are making these things, they actually make them knowing that they work.
Yes.
They work well.
Yes.
Unless there is an unusual incident, the app should work.
It should be able to work.
It should be able, and you're safe. So let's not have that mentality like our grandmothers used to have. So
again, we don't continue living.
You know, Akinoashosho,
yes,
they used to keep money in the house under the mattress because they were afraid of keeping money in the bank, thinking that the bank will steal their money.
Yes.
And that is a very backward thinking.
I agree.
To be very honest.
Yeah. Yes. So we should come from there.
Yes.
And so, I was reading comments here.
Yes, please continue.
And creative anasema KFC imefikiwa. And then we have Anthony Murege who is saying, wow, I love this. And thank you very much for everyone who is watching us. Let us know. Yes. Let us know what your thoughts are. Share your points also. We believe that you also have some points that you can share with us.
Yes.
Now, let us talk briefly about the do's.
Yes.
If you are in a financial crisis, you are in this pit that we are calling financial crisis.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you must... I know we have mentioned a few of them.
Yeah, we have mentioned a few of them.
So what are some of the other things that you must do before we land this plane?
I think... Sorry.
Yes.
Let me take some
There is some water here.
One of the things that we must do,
yes,
is to adjust.
Adjust.
Yes. And this adjustment has got to do with every sphere of our lives. You get into crisis.
Yes.
I hope I'll be a bit consistent in the way I explain it.
Yes.
You get into crisis.
Yeah.
You don't continue living the same standard of life that you were living before.
You don't continue saying, Mungu amenifikisha hapa, anajua vile atanisustain.
Exactly. If you are living in a house that you're paying 10,000
yes,
for rent, and you have found yourself in crisis,
yes,
the most prudent thing is adjust downwards. Go to a house that you pay 5,000.
Okay.
If you find that 5,000 is even more, go to a single room and pay 2,000.
You can come from this self-contained 5-bedroom house to a single room.
Yes, where you share the toilet and the bathroom.
And it won't drive you into depression.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Primary school yenu, mlikuwa mnacho gapi?
Sio primary school, umeenda bari. Hata ofisi kwenye nafanya kazi.
Haya, ofisi kwenye unafanya kazi, unacho yako hapo na huyo mwingine yake kwa ofisi na huyo mwingine yake kwa ofisi.
Ni moja zote.
We use the same toilet.
Hata kanisa.
Tuachake kujifanya.
Hata kanisa by the way.
Exactly, even church.
Tunatumia toilet the same.
Honestly.
You know, you make me feel like you know, there's somebody, we were discussing about construction, and then someone was telling me, please consider the dignity of your tenants. Wajengee kila mtu choo yake kwa sababu ni dignity.
Okay, utawajengea kwa sababu
atalipa. By the way now,
utawajengea kwa sababu atalipa.
Now I get it. Even in church we share the toilet.
Exactly. All the men kimeandikwa hapo, wanaume kimeandikwa wanaume.
Kuna kuingine ni kamoja, watu wakianza kanakuwa kamoja.
Hapo wadada.
Tukianza kanakuwa kamoja.
And you don't care. You are the pastor.
Yes.
Hata kama uko na bodyguards, unaenda to that same place. Let me tell you. You got to adjust in life. That is the only best solution that you can have.
So that if you have savings of 50,000 and you have been paying 20,000 as rent,
yes,
don't take 20,000 next month from that 50,000
and pay rent,
because it will be only if you have 2 months.
It is 2.5 months, and you have not.
But if you go to a 5,000 house,
yes,
you will be able to pay for 10 months.
Exactly.
Adjust.
That is what we're talking about. Adjust.
Yes.
If you've been eating meat,
yes,
you know, kuna manyumba, there are homes where there is a timetable of what they eat.
Yes.
What do you call it? A menu.
A menu, yeah, for
Monday,
every day.
We eat this. Tuesday,
yes,
chicken
yes,
and burger.
yes.
Wednesday, chicken and chapati. Thursday,
na zingine ziko na courses.
Yes. If you find yourself in crisis, please adjust.
Okay.
Hata kama mtakula ugali madodo. Because
yenye umeshemsha na makaa.
I like something that somebody said.
Yes.
The body does not know proteins that come from meat and others that come from madodo.
Mwili ni protein.
Mwili haijuagi umekula mbosho ama umekula nyama.
Na hajui kukula KFC na ya kinini.
Ya huko nini back street.
Viazi ni viazi.
Viazi ni viazi. Whether you call them French fries or you call them chipo or you call them what do you call them? These are the
roast potatoes.
You know,
ni viazi.
Zote ni viazi.
Yeah.
Na mwili hata haijui viazi, inajua ni carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate imekuja.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
adjust.
So that you are able to survive through. Because we are looking for a way in which this man does not collapse and die and leave his family
trying to live, to keep the standard.
Yes. If it means, and I am very concerned here.
Yes.
If it means you relocating from where you are staying. There are people that are in the city right now.
Yes.
They are struggling. They are wondering what to do because they have lost their jobs.
Yes.
They are wondering how they are going to make it. They are wondering how to educate their children.
Yes.
Because their children have been in schools where they are paying.
Preparatory.
Fees. You know, take them to a
nursery school ni preparatory.
Yes, preparatories and those education centers. If it means going back to the village, so that you can take them to the DEB school.
Unastara kununua managu hapa na managu kula kwenu nyuma.
Zinamea tu kila mahali.
Bure. Hata hakuna mtu anashughulika nazo.
Hata dhafai inakuaga kila mahali, and that is the most nutritious vegetable.
Na huku Nairobi unastara na unaenda kununua moja managu.
Kwa supermarket.
Na nyumba ya mama yako hapo
managu. There's an open field where you can plant enough of it.
Hata imejipada.
Mpaka ulete marikiti.
Whether it is a boy who did nini
and it grew.
Yeah, ni managu.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, if it means moving from the city to
back
go
to the
and
village.
stay to the village,
go back.
Please run as quickly as possible.
Okay.
The other way to adjust
is
look at your circle of the people that you live with. Because your friends have a lot of influence on who you become and how you live.
Yes.
If you're used to this boys club where you must go and play golf every Friday. And now you have lost your job. The what do you call those things? The benefits that you used to get from
are no longer there.
They are no longer there.
Yes,
the entertainment allowance is not there.
Gone,
the membership is gone. Why should you keep struggling to do that?
To keep your boys club members happy.
Change your friendship. Look for simple men that are within your area of ability now.
Oh, you mean you should change your friendships?
Kabisa. If your friends are going to
put pressure
on you, mwende mkacheze golf.
Na mwe mkikula nyama choma yenye hauna pesa.
And you cannot afford.
Mnaanza kuhesabiana.
Na mkisema tichafua. You know? Let me tell you. Kuchafua ni kujaza meza na chupa za bia. You know?
Ndio kwani ulijulia wapi wewe?
Pastor anajoga kila kitu bwana.
Mpaka mambo ya pombe. Nawe niki.
You know, stop those things.
Leave those.
Wachana na watu.
Kana watu wenye
good. It's for your own good that you're doing that.
Yes.
Adjust accordingly so that you stop giving yourself that pressure.
Because there are some relationships that we have that are only spending relationships.
Exactly.
There's no other value they add to you other than the spending bit.
By the way, anybody who will never tell you to save money, that is not a friend. Yes, I wish there was a male Delilah. I would say that is a Delilah.
Ni kutumia
tu. If they don't tell you to save, then those are the wrong people.
So secondly, you check if they're adding value. Yes, secondary.
You've been buying designers.
Suits.
Yes.
And shoes.
You know, you're going to South Georgia to get, you know, you're importing your shoes from Turkey and all that kind of business.
Discover ECD. My friend, now.
You have to learn where ECD is.
Yes.
You have to learn where Gikonyo is.
Yes.
You have to know that there are 50 shillings worth shirts that can be ironed and they look as good as the designer that you're wearing.
And they can hold a tie.
Yes. And you can go to the office in it.
True. You know what I've realized is that some of these expensive things that you get on Moi Avenue and other places are at quarter price even in Isiri.
I have a friend of mine.
Unanunua suti Moi Avenue unaangalia lebo hapa.
Let me tell you.
Unaenda Isiri unaiona unaumwa.
First hand experience.
Yes.
I have a friend of mine, a Somali man.
Yes.
He sells suits at Isiri.
Yes.
And he tells me, he gives me, for the sake of privacy, I'm not going to mention names.
Yes.
But he counts for me 3-4 shops.
Yeah.
That he sells suits to.
The same suits.
In the upper Nairobi.
Yes.
And I was here the same suit. Ikienda kule, it is triple the cost.
Na watu
na wameichukua hapa kwa
hapa.
Ameipeleka tao. Imewekwa hiyo label.
So, me, I don't know whether I'll give you my story because it's not a very good story. It's shameful. You know, the other day, I won't mention names. I went to supermarket A, and I saw a nice blazer. And I saw it. I think the price was about 5,000 or something. And then I didn't get something else that I wanted there.
Yes.
Because I needed something urgently. Then I went to supermarket B. And as I was looking for this thing I lacked there, I saw the same blazer in supermarket B. And it was costing 2,600 and I think 60. Do you know what? I returned it to supermarket A. Niliwarudishia. Niliwarudishia.
Wow, that is wisdom.
And then kwambia me staki, and you know nowadays because you want to keep clientele and everything. Yes. They told me, what do you want? Would you want a gift voucher? I'm utagoja cash nikwambia nipeni gift voucher.
Yeah, that is okay because you can use a gift voucher to buy your daily consumption item.
Mimi nilirudisha.
No, that was wisdom.
I returned
because why should you buy something expensive when you can get it cheaply? Yeah, and that is and I'm
telling you what, these were supermarkets in the same locality. One is selling at 5,190. But another one is selling at 2,660. The same color, the same texture, the same brand, everything.
Let me tell you, these guys know, especially us men, we are very poor in shopping.
I think we should now...
We don't compare. You should see...
Have you
seen the way they buy bread in the supermarket?
By the way.
Compare it with the way you buy. Mimi nikitumwa mkate naendaga
to expired date si angalia.
You don't even remember to check.
Juzi my wife was telling me.
Wait until your wife goes to the supermarket.
Yeah.
Before she settles down on one loaf of bread.
Yes.
She has touched like 10 of them.
Akiangalia
akikagua mpaka kama ile iko na dot. You know, kama iko na dot ya black.
Yeah.
She will check. But for you, me have bought enough times and I'm told umetununulia mkate ngumu because kula chini.
You never checked.
So these guys take advantage over us because they know we are not keen to such details. And that is why they actually are selling some of those things at exorbitant prices because they know we will not have time to compare. So I was saying,
we need
you need to adjust where you buy certain items, adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
All right? Then, of course, I think the most important thing that I would want to say, and maybe
we are almost closing,
is that there is always an answer in a prayer.
There's always an answer in a prayer.
Yes. There is no prayer that has ever been prayed and it went without an answer.
Okay.
As you struggle to make it,
pray.
As you struggle to adjust, as you struggle to change friendship, as you do the do's and don't do the don'ts, pray.
Pray.
Believe God and ask God to help you and open your eyes to see where these opportunities are.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
Yes. And many times we fail because we don't take our needs to Him in prayer. That's what that song tells us. As you go to look for work to do, ukienda kutafuta kazi ya mjengo, unaomba Mungu nielekeze mahali kuna kazi. Let it be that when I go, I'll find favor. I'll be selected.
And never give up.
Never give up.
No matter how hard things get.
Yes. You have to pray and pray without ceasing. Because there's always an answer to every prayer.
There's always an answer to every prayer.
Yes.
So pray.
I want to tell men to pray.
And pray.
Don't allow yourself to sink. Pray. Yes. Somebody says, why worry if you can pray?
By the way. Thank you very much. I think we just have to bring it to a close. But before we bring it to a close, maybe I'll give you about 2 minutes to give you your parting shot.
Yes.
And then we wrap it up. And I can see Mary Bernard is saying that she's following here.
Ah, that's great.
And we have Diana Mudhoni. She's saying that loving the topic today.
I've
learned so much from you guys, especially on impulse buying.
Wow. That is great. I hope you can implement it so that it changes your life. And then from there you will be a happy lady.
Great.
Yes.
So what is your parting shot? A minute or two?
I'd want to say this, that we are living in times that are hard economically. And I don't want men out there to just imagine that they are an isolated case. Most of the men, like I said at the beginning, are going through hard economic times. It is very, very important that we prepare ourselves because things are not going to get any easier anytime soon.
You're not giving hope.
I'm not a prophet. I'm not a prophet.
Yeah.
And I don't want to discourage people either.
Yes.
But I'm only being real. If you were to logically look at the situation in which we are, things are not just about to get easy anytime soon.
Yes.
If you look at the way prices of items have gone, including the petrol that we're talking about, chances are very high that they will continue being high. And even if they don't go high, it will take a bit of time before they come down. I would want to tell men to prepare themselves. Get ready. If you can save anything, save it for a rainy day.
Okay.
If you can save 5 shillings every day, save it. Keep it somewhere. Because sometime soon, you might find yourself in a crisis that requires you to spend that 5 shillings. And it will save your family from the hunger.
So you should save
We need to learn from what happened in the land of Egypt. When the king had a dream, and there were 7 fat cows and 7 lean ones.
Yes, lean ones,
You know? And the story goes that when Joseph interpreted the dreams, it meant there were 7 years of plenty, and they were therefore supposed to gather enough and keep it for the sake of the days that were coming, that were going to be having starvation. Please, let us save as much as we can. Keep it for the days that are coming before times become better. And I know by the end of the day, we will definitely be getting better. God is definitely going to help us. And by the end of all this, there is going to be hope coming our way.
Great. I think that is great, and I think we have to bring the show to an end. It has been great. We've talked about quite a number of things. And it is my hope and my belief that those who've listened to us will be able to put this in practice. And we always would like to continue hearing from you. If there are topics that you would want us to address and handle, we are open and would want to address some of these topics. Feel free to share them with us. You can always reach us on Wema TV. You can make comments on the video. You can reach me on my Facebook page, Bernard Warui Wairura. You can reach, and you can also check Pastor Bernard Warui on Facebook.
I'm Pastor David Githega, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of them.
Pastor David Githega, Pastor Warui on Instagram and on Twitter. Feel free to reach out to us and let us know what this show is helping you get through, and let us know some of the topics that you would want us to address. You can also check out Willie Kinyash, or you can also check out Simon K on Facebook, and this is going to be great. Otherwise, thank you for joining us tonight. We are so excited that you are able to join us. This is Wema TV. This is a home of hope. We always bring you content that will edify you, content that will help you grow, but more importantly, content that will ensure that you are spiritually nurtured. We are a Christian TV. We give sound Christian advice. Watch out for all our other shows, and I know that God will bless you. Later tonight, we have The Marvelous Believer. Don't miss out on that. God bless you. We'll see you on Monday. It was nice having you. Kwaheri for now.